Hi, I'm Julia. Welcome to Grassroots Analytics Insider. Today I'm here with Madeline. Today we're here with Grayson. We're here with Adonis. We're here with Ben. We're here with Julius. And today we're talking to Pryor from our campaigns team.
Hello.
This special edition episode is revisiting some conversations all about advice for first-time candidates. Whether you're a candidate yourself that just won their primary, a staffer who's supporting a bootstrapped campaign, or someone who's just starting to think about running for office, we've got the tips, tricks, and technology you need. Revisit all the full-length episodes in the show notes below. What is campaign fundraising?
Oh man, campaign fundraising, put simply, is basically when candidates and their teams ask donors for money to fund all aspects of their campaign. Most important, though, actually maybe not even most important, but among the most important parts or the necessity for this campaign fundraising is efforts to reach voters.
Right.
And that costs money, whether it's printing literature, whether it's hiring organizers, paying staff, right? At the end of the day, the more the more voters you reach, the greater the likelihood of your victory. And that costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it is among the most important part of running for office is being able to raise money to fund the work that you need to do to actually win.
Yeah, absolutely. You've worked on a lot of different types of races. I'm interested to know if the fundraising strategy changes based on local versus Senate, based on the size of the race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally. Yes, to answer your question.
If you're running for Senate, you're running to represent an entire state. If you're running for 194th Pennsylvania House District, you're running to represent, 70,000 people.
Right.
The most expensive races are those that are, the larger races in the sense of Senate races, House races, representing more people.
Right.
But also more competitive races just require a lot more money because you have to put in that much more work to reach people, the persuasion aspect, right?
Right.
You want to engage your base, flip people who maybe are unsure about who they're going to vote for, and that just requires reaching as many people as possible.
Absolutely.
Those are the type of races where you need to get on the airwaves. You need to be on the radio. You need to have TV ads, right? Facebook ads, and those just cost money.
Yep.
And so those are very expensive races. But I do want to be clear, and part of one of the things that we try to do here at Grassroots is help candidates raise as much money as possible, as much as they need for as little as possible. Right. So for those super competitive races, right, you need millions and millions of dollars to be able to flip that seat or hold on to that really challenging seat. Right. And we have a variety of mechanisms, both on fundraising and not, to help you reach those goals. And with our hyper targeting capabilities, you have to reach fewer people to see those conversions, to see that money coming in, because the people we are reaching are those that have a proven history of giving to similar races.
Yeah.
On the same side, though, there's plenty of local races where honestly you don't need that much money, right? To win the race. You just need enough to get enough people out knocking doors, engaging the people in your community to win that seat.
Sure.
And so a lot of what we'll do is actually discuss with these campaigns realistic goals for what they need to raise to be able to do their work, and we help them reach that goal. And we don't keep pushing beyond that goal because we want the candidate to really be able to focus on what's most important, which is being out and campaigning and winning the election.
What advice would you give a first-time candidate?
Ooh, okay. I was thinking about this, and I think there is no call that's too little for you to make. You should be calling everybody and anybody you know.
Yeah.
You met them once. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Send them a chat. Connections, networking, using your community to get your campaign off the ground is the best way to go. Because politics, campaigns are a social thing. They are something where you know someone who knows someone, and you need to be able to leverage your community, the people who back you, the people who believe in you, to really get to the finish line.
Yeah, that's an amazing way to look at it. I also think it's you lean on this community to run for office and win, and then you are able to give back to them by being in office, and they all want that and want to support you and your platform. What an amazing way to look at it.
I think probably emphasizing the uniqueness of your story.
Okay.
I think that like a lot of first time candidates, I mean, like there's probably something about you that's really unique. And like also some of those things like, you know, like what kind of profession like did your parents do? What kind of profession have you done in the past? I think anybody from any background can become a successful politician.
Yeah.
I think like politics is ultimately the business of transformation. So I think that if for a first time candidate, I think emphasize not just where you were, but where you can go, because you probably have very unique and needed experiences and perspectives for this moment.
Yeah, I think politics is downstream of attention now, and I think it's important to approach it in that way, that you're going to have much easier going back to call time, if you're out there, you know, and you have an understanding of like how communication works in 2026. Like I think we've seen the most like successful campaigns this cycle have started by like, you know, getting attention, and everything else has followed from there. Approaching politics like, okay, I'm not just competing with other people who are calling them, but I'm competing with everything else that is like grabbing people's attention and, you know, taking their attention. So how can I get a little slice of that?
Yeah. And really just, it's about having something to say.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to be vulnerable and authentic, because that's how you could like stand out.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to fundraising and acquiring donors. Also, build your donor base early, because that's, you know, maybe the ROI isn't immediate, but the long-term ROI will like pay off tenfold.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that like you probably, I feel like building your donor base early like allows you to get your foot in the door earlier, when like, you know, maybe other campaigns or other organizations may have hit those people first.
Yeah.
So having that foundation is really important, especially going into like the height of the cycle.
Sure. Okay, talk to us a little bit about this moment in the election cycle. What should campaigns with upcoming primaries be doing?
Yeah, I mean, you should be, firstly, if your primary is coming up, you should be, number one, just resoliciting all of the folks that you already have in your database, making sure that those people are hearing from you and are getting updates consistently. But you should also be planning for the outcome of your primary.
Yeah.
I think some folks would maybe like don't want to jinx it by preparing things, but it would be worse for a campaign to win the primary and then just not be prepared for the moment.
Ready. Yeah, totally.
The momentum of winning the primary can be amazing, but it does fade pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So people in campaigns should be preparing fundraising appeals. They should be preparing communications, email series, everything that they need to make sure that the people that have been supporting them and believing in them through their primary hear from them immediately after and are able to, you know, jump in and support you through the general election. So if you can, you know, have mailers written and ready to go, and all you need to know is the result to hit send. If you can do that with texting and email, the better that you'll fare the days after you win your primary.
Amazing.
A client is running for office, and whether they are a super fleshed out, you know, top house incumbent with the whole team, and they've run for office 10 times already, all the way down to somebody in running for a superior court race in a small county in Texas, right? Anybody and everybody who's running for office can come utilize Fundraising Premier, this data subscription. We can connect them to donors that have a history of giving to those same type of races.
Right.
And so then aside from that, our strategists help them. They teach them how to talk to these donors, how to call them when they're on the phone with them, what to say to them, how to write a pitch, how to follow up with them. If you're really starting from scratch, how to build a finance plan, how to build a call time plan, how to train your staff to help out. All of the things, these fundraising strategists, they're there to help throughout their entire time at Grassroots. The good news is there is no bad time to sign up.
Sure.
It's never too early to start discussing with the team hearing about our different options and our services and just learning more about what we do.
Right.
Even if you're not sure you want to run yet, All you have to do is go to our website, and there's, I forget what the button says. It might say get in touch or reach out, and just shoot us a message.
Yeah.
And typically within 1 business day or less, you'll hear from our team, and we'll schedule the time to chat. Again, you don't have to know what you want.
Yeah.
You don't even have to know if you're running for office yet.
Right.
But if you just want to hear more about what we do and the services that we offer, you
Right.
will have a face-to-face meeting with one of our team members.
Right. And it'll be all about you and how we could help you.
Totally.
It's definitely not a one size fits all approach.
Totally. It is, at any point these conversations can begin. You can come to us, talk to us now about a plan to launch your campaign in March.
Sure.
Right? It's never too early to start those discussions, and do not feel like you have to wait, because we can get on top of it.
If we have people who are really getting through fundraising Premier in a like they're loving it, they're raising a lot of money, there are a bunch of other programs we might suggest, some some at Grassroots, some with our partners, but for those people who are raising a lot of money, who are able to be charismatic, be like conversational on the phones, and just be generally a good candidate that's garnering attention. We have a whole bunch of other products and services that are, ways to build out a fully fleshed out campaign finance program.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just because something is familiar and how it's always been done
Sure.
does not mean that that is the right way to do it.
Yeah.
And I think approaching every day as an opportunity to strategically think about what test can I run today to really actually learn something about the donors, about what is motivating people, all of that, versus just guessing.
Yeah. I love that you touched on you want to learn something today. Like, I really do think that, like, in the work that we do and how data driven we are at Grassroots, it's like you always have the opportunity to learn something.
Yeah.
That's a great flag.
Yeah, even if it's like a negative thing, even if it turns out that something didn't work, you learned really valuable information.
Exactly. It was a smart risk.
In that. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Cool. Sometimes fundraising strategists will actually come out to the race and meet you
Yes.
where you are and help with call time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's one of the benefits of working with us too. Like, we want to meet you, right? Obviously, we're based in DC, so most of the work that we do with you is virtual if you're across the country.
Right.
But if it's a big reporting deadline, or you have a big fundraiser, or you're prepping for your launch, we can actually come out and help you with that. No extra cost.
Yep.
This is included in your package. If we have the time, the capacity to go out there, we will.
Yeah. Amazing.
And so it's really fun. Yeah.
There's a couple candidates that have been kind of talking about this, but they've been talking a lot about courage being much more contagious than fear is. And I think that across the country, just seeing people that are leading or just showing courage means that everyone feels a bit more emboldened to stand up for what they believe in. And it's given me hope to see that there's like communities of people standing up for the things that we think are right, because it's inspired a ton of folks to do the same thing. And I think that, a lot of things could be happening in the world. And if no one was standing up for the right thing, I think people would be really down. But the fact that we are seeing these pockets of folks, it's making all of us feel a little more hopeful.
The hard way.
It's legit. It's real.
legit.
Like,
Yes.
they don't just do that because, like, it's actually very useful.
Yes.